boards. Shannon, how much do you believe this injury has truly been affecting Kawhi?
Be honest.
Yeah, you know I'll be honest. I just been telling you this for the longest, Skip. Now, I love confirmation. Just got a confirmation the other day. Yeah. Flight. Got a flight schedule. Confirmation, Mr. Sharpe, here's your confirmation number. Came in. This is confirmation. I told you, Skip Bayless. I said, Skip Bayless, what happens? And you know this. You have run, and you know when you hurt one part of the body, the other part will compensate. In the end, prime example. I don't know if anybody knows this, Jen, but September 6th will be my 3rd year working on this show. I don't know if anybody knows this, but before I did this, before I bust Skip Bayless up on a regular basis, I used to bust NFL defensive players up on a regular basis.
Yeah! You on the football field a little bit.
Did?
I did. Yes.
I forgot after 36 cases you were disqualified from that, but go ahead.
In 1993, Skip, we played in Kansas City in Arrowhead, and Albert Lewis tackles me from the back, and he pulls me down. He falls on the back of my and bends my ankle, left ankle inside. I continue to play, shoot the ankle up, continue to play. Guess what happened at the end of the year, Skip? Had right knee surgery. Okay, guess what, Skip? After doing that, the offseason, rehabbing, tweaks it again, I continue to play in the season 1994. Guess what happened, Skip? Had left ankle surgery. You see, the body is used to working as a mechanism, Skip, like work in unison. And when something starts to affect one side of the body, the other side, just the way the body works, will start to compensate. So what he did is that when he hurt the right quad, he started to grind down on the left side. And ta-da, now we got knee tendonitis. So what I've been telling you all along, the guy he's not a faker. He's not dilly-dallying around, he doesn't want to play with the Spurs. No, the man was hurt, and what he wanted to say, you know what, Kawhi, you hurt, bro. We know what you represent. Even if we don't have you this year, you're worth waiting a year for. And he'd have been fine. So this offers me validation. I feel very good that this article came out, but it didn't tell me anything I didn't already know, having been there and done that, what Kawhi Leonard is going through. Now.
Did you have knee tendonitis?
Yes.
Okay.
Skip, I hurt my ankle. I started to compensate on the right side. I ended up having to have knee surgery. And on the flip side, I hurt the knee the next year and ended up having to have ankle surgery. So I'm saying when you hurt one side of the body, the other side will compensate. And if you're not careful, you end up hurting that side. That's why you remember, because you say, he was limping. He was limping, and then he dunked, and then he came down, and he's limping on the other side.
Limping on the other side.
Because he hurt both sides.
He forgot which limp to limp.
Nah.
He did. He did. Wait, am I limping left or right? I can't remember.
No,
oh, no. Maybe it was the right one. No, it was the left one. I don't know. You know what? This is making me sicker by the day. And, yeah, I've run a lot in my life, and I know all about achy knees because mine ache every day and every night, and I ice my knees religiously every single night. You can ask Ernestine. I never miss a night. Whatever game is on, I just put 2 ice packs on my knees because I couldn't make it without it because they're just tendonitis-y because I've had 2 surgeries on one and one on the other, and I still run way too much.
Yeah.
And you're right about tendonitis in this way. It aches when you start, but if you just run through it for about, on a distance run, if I can make it for the first 8 or 10 minutes, then you heat up and you start to sweat and it heats up and it's good.
Yeah.
And you can't feel it until you stop and then it hurts. So I get he might sit by his locker. There was one story last week after game 1, maybe it was, where he's sitting by his locker and he said, this SH hurts, okay? And he's got an ice bag on one of his knees. I get that because that's post-playing. But once you're out there, this is just me to my eye, and I know this guy's game maybe better than anybody this side of the Spurs because I watched nearly every game he played for 7 long, hard years.
Great years, too.
Good years.
Great. You won, Skip, you know what? You won a title, and you going to say good. And every time
the reason they weren't great is because, do you know how many times I had to say, he's hurt again? It was his knees, then it was his thigh, then it was his hand, then it was his shoulder, then it was his ankle, then it was his Achilles. What else can I name? calf. He's had a calf.
He might, Skip.
Okay.
He might be fragile.
Might really be real fragile.
But that doesn't take away from his greatness.
Okay. But when you say they were great years, they just wore me out because he was always hurt. Fragile mentally and physically to me. And the point here is that he has become, I'm going to say it one more time because it's the God's truth. He has become the most overprotected superstar in sports in the wake of LeBron. It used to be LeBron. This is the poor man's LeBron. He's the next it factor player. We're going to talk about him in a minute. He's even gone up against Nike now. We're going to go into that. But the point is, he's on the verge of superstardom. This could be his finals. And yet, he knows deep down he needs an excuse because he's not the mentally toughest guy. It's why down the stretch of game 2 the other night, I told you he's getting a pass for it. And the reason he's getting a pass is that nobody wants to acknowledge it because everybody had crowned him already. So what happened down the stretch over the last 8 minutes? He went 0 for 3 from 3. He missed 2 jump shots in the last 2 minutes that could have turned the game around. He had the crucial turnover at 2:18 left. And he got away with 2 controversial call plays. One that in the last 2-minute report, the DeMarcus Cousins, DeMarcus clean swiped from him. He just stole the ball from him. And they called a foul that they shouldn't have called, according to the last 2-minute report. And Steph threw the ball up in the rafters and got a tech. So there are 3 free throws there. And then he charged into Draymond. Okay, he did. He made all his free throws for the whole game. That was great. But he charged into Draymond and just elbowed him out of the way. Just elbow right to the chest. And then he elbowed Bogut and got away with that. And he is...
And one, too.
Okay, he and one did after he came down and walked.
No, he did.
Then he throws it up off the. Well, he did. Okay, so they protect him too, I guess. So those are 6 points in the fourth quarter. But then on the key play of the game, the claw does not react quickly enough to a pick 6 pass lobbed up in the air by Steph Curry, and that was the game.
Which proves my point. The tendonitis.
So he couldn't move. He looked like he's moving.
You know what's
to my eyes, he just looks completely okay. No, he's explosive on both ends of the floor. Well, how did he go 34 and 14? Because it's a miracle. He's a miracle man.
But what the great ones can do, that when they are injured or hurt, whatever terminology you want to use in this situation, is that they find other ways to impact the ball game. So his jumper wasn't falling. He wasn't explosive as he needed to be. Guess what, Skip? Got to the free throw line, 16 to 16, 26 to 28 in the series. But see, Skip, this is where I give you pushback. I'm a guy that believes that if a guy can leave an impoverished situation and scale the heights, you got to be mentally tough. It's the mentally fragile ones that can't make it.
Why wouldn't the Spurs offer him the max? Because they didn't trust him mentally or physically to be that guy, the max contract.
Because the same reason the Patriots don't offer the max. Because Tom Brady has never taken the max. So if Tom Brady, the best player, don't get it, how the hell are we going to give it to someone else? Well, if Tim Duncan didn't take the max, as great as Kawhi is, he ain't Timmy.
Thank you.
You can make a case Tim Duncan is a top 10 player. That's neither here nor there, but just for this argument.
He is.
But just for this argument, Skip, and that's what happens. Tim Duncan is a top 10 player, the greatest power forward to ever live. He didn't get the max. The Spurs automatically assume nobody should get the max. The Patriots automatically assume no one should get the max.
Okay.
Because Tom Brady, time after time after time, give the team discount. No, don't worry about what, and look here. I don't worry about if I go into a grocery store and I see someone else get, that's not me. Whether or not you get a discount when you go buy a car, that ain't got, well, I can't go to the, well, you gave Skip a discount.
Did LaMarcus get the max? Yep.
But Skip,
did DeMar DeRozan get the max? Yes.
Skip, here's the thing. That was DeMar DeRozan was in Toronto. Everybody treats their guy. I didn't worry about what Tony Gonzalez, I didn't worry about what Ben Coates did. I needed the Broncos to be fair to me.
I got it.
But here's the thing, though, Skip, is that when you attract a free agent to get him to come there, you know you got to overpay. Because why else would he leave a situation that he's comfortable with? Plus, LaMarcus Aldridge want to get out. See, he thought he would go because Timmy Duncan was leaving. He thought he can go to a situation where he could be the man because he saw Dame Lillard. He didn't want to share that glory with Dame Lillard.
He did not.
And guess what happened? He met his destiny on the very road he took to avoid it. Because when he got there, that guy was the man. And he didn't even know it.
Yep.
So he tried to go find sanctuary in a place that they were waiting for.
Well, they asked him to be the man the first year, and he couldn't live up.
it.
No, and then they ask number 2 to be the man
And he did
the
it.
next year, and he missed 73 games.
No. When they asked, they said, Kawhi, we need you to take this thing over. Defensive player of the year. Kawhi, can you do it again? Defensive player of the year. And then in his third year, he got hurt.
You know what I hate about this the most?
He ain't on your team
This
anymore.
is the cheapest, most foolproof excuse in all of sports because I can't argue with it because nobody knows the truth. He might have tendonitis or he might not have any
Stop
tendonitis.
saying, Mike, you know that man hurt.
I don't know. I haven't seen 1 ounce of limp in did he limp the other night?
Yes. You saw him on Thursday night, Skip, trying to catch. He looked like me running up and down the court.
Huh.
And I'm about to be 51.
Thursday night?
Yes, the first game.
Yeah.
He couldn't get that gear. Had to get up here.
What are you talking about? They won the game.
I know, but Skip, you saw the man running. I thought he was stepping on hot coals. Yeah, like his feet hurt.
So now he's got the perpetual excuse. If he comes up small, as he did in the fourth quarter the other night down the stretch,
Bet he have
if
30.
he fails in the clutch,
I bet he
he's
have.
hurt.
I bet he have.
He's hurt.
I bet he have 30+ points tomorrow night.
well, he should have. He's the best player on the floor, right? Yeah. I've never argued with his brilliance. I used to tell you he's the best two-way player in basketball going back 3 years ago, our first year on this show.
Yes.
And you said, no way.
No. I didn't argue with you about
Yeah,
the two-way.
you did.
It was just when you started talking crazy about he was better than Bron, and that's why I had to give you pushback.
Well, at that point, he was better than
No, he
LeBron.
was not.
He was playing better than LeBron James was at that point.
Well, he playing better than LeBron right
when
now.
he
'cause
plays,
LeBron
he's
ain't
really
playing.
good. The problem is, every other night, he's like, I think I don't feel
This is
like
what we know to be 100% for certain. Had he been on the Spurs and Kevin Durant had gotten hurt like he did, there's a great chance with Kawhi Leonard on the Spurs, is
Stars leave. There's a